I love voice actors. I've been following voice actors on social media ever since high school. It's also been my dream to become one and act in one of my favorite video game series one day. So I have nothing but natural respect for voice actors across any game, TV show, movies, or whatever piece of media they're in. The amount of time, effort, dedication, and emails they have to respond back to, truly a very commendable job in my opinion. That wasn't a joke, by the way. I really hate responding to emails. One of the skills I picked up from being chronically online is being able to identify voice actors whenever I hear certain characters speak. And no, I'm not talking about surface level knowledge like Yuri Lowenthal or Matt Mercer. When I heard Edelgard in the first Three Houses trailer, I got so excited to hear that Christina was working on the game.
Go ahead, give me orders.
But then Three Houses came out and instead I heard Mitsuru. I was disappointed at first, but after playing Three Houses in its entirety, I think it's safe to say that Tara Platt does an amazing job at a character like Edelgard. Rewatching this trailer's got me thinking of an AU where Miyabi got enrolled into Garrick Mach.
Do you dare to walk this path with me? One misstep, and we fall to our ruin.
That aside, I love being able to play games and hear other characters from different games I've played. My favorite voice actress of all time is Erica Lindbeck. Don't look at me like that, I'm not one of those weirdos that romance Futaba. My favorite role of hers has got to be Celica from Fire Emblem Echoes. She is my favorite Fire Emblem character out of the series, and Erica did a wonderful job with her. So I immediately clocked her voice when I heard Chevaru's in Genshin. I also love it when voice actors have incredible range too. Ah yes, Kyle Hebert. Famously known for voicing Gohan in Dragon Ball, Ryu from Streets, and Big the Cat? No wonder he sounded more adorable lately. Hopefully you guys get what I mean by this point. I have a knack for voice acting, so much so that I voiced my own custom character in Bomb Rush Cyberfun. Strawberry on the shortcake! So you can understand why I care so much about the topic of today's video. But before we get into that, be sure to leave a like if you want to see more content like this, and consider subscribing to me after you finish the video. Without further ado, let's get into this. I want to make this abundantly clear before stating anything else here. I absolutely despise AI when it comes to using it for creation. AI is only meant to be an assistive tool, not a generative beacon for media. So my opinion of you immediately goes down the drain if you use AI to create any sort of art that you plan to use, especially for your own personal benefit. The amount of furries I've immediately blocked because I saw them with AI PFPs, I've literally turned down a gacha top-up site who wanted to sponsor me because they use AI art on their website. I would rather be broke and creative than have money from generative AI. So obviously, I am in full support of all of the voice actors who are currently on strike because of agencies wanting to use their voices for AI training. And this is the main reason why Soldier 11 is dead to me. Emery Chase, Haden's original voice actress, made a tweet about the whole situation when it happened, stating, "Hey proxies, I was replaced as Soldier 11 because I am unwilling to perform work not covered by a SAG interim agreement during a strike for AI protections, the outcome of which will determine the future of our industry. Any other theories that pop up are incorrect." She then proceeded to elaborate more onto what happened, but the gist of the situation is that she was replaced without her knowing because she was on strike. Hoyoverse agencies tend to do this often to my knowledge, with Genshin being the main contender of having the most muted characters. If I had to guess why this happens, I'd like to think that the agencies responsible for the voice work just tell Hoyoverse something like, "Hey, this voice actor doesn't want to comply with our rule of using their work for AI training, so we don't have any lines for you guys." And since Hoyo isn't gonna delay updates for English voices, they just released these updates with muted characters. That was true for a bit with Lycon and Coleda's voices when 1.5 came out. Both of these characters were muted in the story, with no word on Coleda's VA about any of this either. Doesn't really matter since Belobog hasn't been relevant since chapter 2, but I digress. The issue that I have here is that instead of leaving Soldier 11 muted for 1.6, they ended up replacing her VA entirely due to her having an important role in Anby's agent story. This particularly upsets me because I know that Emery would have killed it in this story. Soldier 11 is my favorite standard S rank in the game, and I've literally invested everything into her. And while I may have abandoned her for Evelyn, she still holds a massive place in my heart for carrying me through endgame content. With no extra copies, by the way. This game insists that I want more copies of Rina and every substat on my disc to be double defense and HP main stat, but has not once given me a Soldier 11 copy. It's whatever though. My point is that for what this character was before her voice was changed, she was an amazing experience. A classic by-the-book attitude with urgency and, dare I say, literal fire within her voice. Screaming lines such as,
"Flames, obey me! Open fire!"
This character had soul. She was among the best of the English voice cast, and I fear as though Emery's work could not be replicated with this new voice actress.
"Flames, obey me! Open fire!"
There's no signs of life with this new voice, and before you hit me with the, oh, she's a mass-produced super soldier, she's supposed to be monotone, you can have mass-produced robots and androids that are capable of developing and showing emotions in your game. So many of these stories have monotone characters developing emotions. Hello everyone. I wrote that entire portion of that script the moment I heard Soldier 11's new voice when the patch dropped. It's been a solid 3 weeks since I've written that first iteration of the script, and looking back on it, I kind of feel stupid for it. Yeah, I have every right to be upset and critical about this new VA for her, but I was reading the next paragraphs about her and it was just terrible jokes to make fun of this person who was just doing their job. So I took a step back and deleted those paragraphs. I usually don't aim to make fun of people who are just doing what they are told to, especially in times like these where it's hard to make money and hard to get by. I absolutely hate when things are out of control myself. It's a feeling worse than the anticipation of throwing up, but I shouldn't criticize a person who was just doing what they were told to. This person had to redo hundreds of voice lines just in time for a major update, and I'm sitting here bashing them as someone who wants to voice act. What if it's her first time? What if it was the direction she was given? We just don't know. And it's not right for me to say that this character is dead to me just because of this change. And I think that's the thing. Change happens and things get replaced. Yet because I loved the old Soldier 11 so much, I never really took the time to at least attempt to appreciate the new one. Okay, I tried and still couldn't, but it's hard. It's hard for me to want to give up something so beautiful in exchange for something that doesn't hold up to the same caliber. But that's sometimes the way how life goes. It's just unfair. However, it's better to be grateful that she even has her lines at all. They could have removed everything that Emery did entirely and we would have been stuck with no voice at all for her. If anything, I should know what it's like to deal with characters who don't have updated voice lines or no voice lines at all. I come from the game Paladins. Paladins is my most played game on Steam and I have a lot of hours on console. It's an extremely lore-heavy hero shooter with a massive lack of voice acting in it when it comes to interaction. The way how Evil Mojo and Hi-Res works is that they usually just pay the voice actors the right amount for the lines they record and then they never come back, even if the character reappears in a new trailer. This results in strong characters like Corvus being silent in Seven's trailer and Sky being silent in Sate's, which ruins both of their characters' personalities too. Corvus is an arrogant brat who doesn't let anything stop him. Meanwhile, Sky is a confident killer who always has her wits about her. Yet, because Hi-Res couldn't get either of their voices back, their trailers were animated with these characters silent, resulting in them being animated extremely out of character. I remember being so stoked to hear Leon's voice again in Lilith's trailer because of this reason. The amount of character interactions were abysmal in that game, to the point where I've been conditioned to expect this from every update they pushed out. That's why when I went to Marvel Rivals, I was absolutely astonished that they had thousands more voice lines for stuff in that game. Classic character interactions, specific interactions when people killed specific people, lines whenever a specific teammate dies. Hell, there's even lines for when you're shielded. Hulk tells me that I did a good job if I killed somebody as Rocket, and I literally tear up every time.
Well done, little friend.
My point is that this stuff matters. Voice acting matters. It's the most integral part of any video game that has a story, and I'm upset that one of my favorite characters had hers taken from her. Even after playing the game for a while after this change, I still feel a sour taste in my mouth whenever I hear her speak. It just isn't the same, and it probably will never be for the rest of this game's days. And while I'm still grateful that they at least gave her a voice, I don't think I can come to terms with this new voice at all. I just don't hear Soldier 11 anymore, which is why she's kinda dead to me. Gods, I am so dramatic. Obviously, I'm going to keep playing this character, but I'm still extremely bummed out about everything that happened regarding her voice. Moral of the story here is that AI sucks and is ruining the way the world works as we speak. And if you support AI in any way that is generative or for your own personal benefit, then I don't like you. Alright, and that's the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more long form content like this. Join the Discord below, support me on Coffee. Links to all of that will be in the description, and I will catch you guys later. Bye-bye.